Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway.
I want to give you your flowers though. I wanted to hit record beforehand because honestly, you dropped two of my favorite projects this year on some real shit, and it's I'm honored to talk to you for real.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for having me here, man, for real.
It was funny because I was looking at your IG and you had the post about the rookie of the year. And I kind of was mad that I saw that because today I was thinking before I saw that I was like, I would say yeah, rookie, but you're not a rookie. You know
Look,
what I mean? But
I can see
like,
it now. I can sense it. Like I've been rapping for a very long time, bro. It's like I just turned 30 in April, right? But I've been rapping since I was like 9 years old, really taking it serious, like kind of like more so as a teenager. But I looked at this year as like more so like my rookie year because this was like 2024 was when I dropped my first album, especially like my first album under the Black Soprano imprint. So this is technically like a lot of people like know who I was, but it was like my introduction to like the masses. So I'm like, you know what? If people was to say like this is Sule rookie year, I'll take that. I'll take that. It's cool.
what was your mentality change to make it like become such a big year?
2020, yo, bro, it was just a groundbreaking. Like I said, I've been rapping for years, but just really like putting together like not just one album, but two this year under Black Soprano Family and Rock Nation, and just being around Benny and being around Harlem and the rest of my guys. You feel me? It's just like a blessing. I learned so much this year, and it was dope.
What did you learn?
This year, honestly, just kind of like
I
knowing
guess
how.
let me before
Yeah,
to not to cut you off, but the reason I ask is like I want people to see what mentality shift you need to make to like kick yourself into the next gear, you know what I mean?
um, honestly, I would say learning that like building that consistency, whatever, like kind of like because putting out two albums, like probably to somebody that doesn't make music, it seems easy, but it's actually like a lot of work from and not just creating the project, but also getting together, like learning the marketing and getting like the product. Like this year is the first time I ever did like a real press run and stuff like that or whatever. So when you're at a certain level, you're gonna have to get used to doing the interviews. You're gonna have to go to the Shade 45s to do freestyles. You're gonna have to go to the On the Radars. You're gonna have to go to the Chinatown Sounds and do all of that. And you got to be well prepared for just like stepping outside of the artist and really getting to know the business as well too. So you got to know how to play both sides of the professional aspect.
Yeah, because you kind of before shit starts happening, you think everything happens so I don't know, like randomly. But then you realize a lot of stuff has to be planned. Maybe it doesn't work out the way that you want it to, but you have to have some sort of structure.
Absolutely. Not everything's gonna be perfect. There's no like right way to do anything or whatever. But as far as like, at some point when you're taking it, like when you're taking the artistry to a professional manner, like of course you don't want to just throw it out there and just like, hey, that's that. Like, everything has to be strategic at some point.
Yeah, and you have the confidence of years under your belt. That's what I realize when I listen to your music is like it is like, oh, it's new, but it's like, nah, you can tell there's like a confidence there.
Absolutely. Like you could like as far as if Written on Wise Corner 1 and 2 is one of the first projects that you heard from me, you can go back and check the discography, like, oh shit, he got other projects from before then. So it's just like and that's what I love too. It's like you don't want to put out an album and then you check the discography and it's like, okay, what else like do I got, or do I gotta wait for another album? You could listen to Written on Wise Corner 1 and 2 and go back and hear like 3, 4 projects that I put out in the past. So you can get to know me as an artist up until this point as well too. So I feel like it's it's the experience the listener gets to create a journey with me. Honestly,
That was one of my favorite things when I like first started digging in music and finding artists was like going through a discography of an artist I found. I mean, shit, like I remember first finding like Conway's Reject 2 and then going through all the Griselda discography before
hell yeah,
then
bro.
and
Because
like
it's like, oh shit, so he's been nice for like a long time, and I do it
for
with literally
real.
that's the first thing. like we're both music heads, so I know for a fact that's like the first thing you do once you find an artist that you're impressed with. Is like, all right, let me see what he put out before this. You guys,
Yeah.
if this shit is hot, I know he got some other shit that's hot. This can't be the only one. So it's like that's the
What were
best.
your favorite discographies growing up? Like which ones were you like were you like excited to go dig for? Because we're right
Um,
around the same age.
okay, so I grew up really like around like the Rough Riders, Dipset era type shit, whatever. So like the shit that our parents was probably listening to, like we was babies for, like so like for like the Nas's, the Jay-Z's or whatever, like when the Illmatics and the Reasonable Doubts and the Life After Deaths and all that shit came out, like we was babies, so we wasn't really thinking about shit like that. Of course, as a kid, you're used to like, we grew up around like the Lil Wayne era and shit like that or whatever. So
Yeah.
once I really start taking rap serious, and my parents was putting me on to like classic, like, yeah, you got to listen to Illmatic, you got to listen to
Oh, your parents were
Courtney by
putting you onto
Nas.
music.
Absolutely. My parents or
Oh,
whatever.
I fuck with that.
My pops used to rap. My pops used to rap or whatever. And he used to bring me to the studio with him when I was like around like, like 5, 6 type shit or whatever. So I was used to people recording like around me. And like I recorded my first song at 9 years old or whatever. It's like I was at a studio that my pops usually record at. They was recording and all that. And like all the adults got done recording. They probably went outside, take a little smoke break and all that shit or whatever. The engineer was inside the room, and I was letting him know, I'm like, yo, I want to try this shit. And the engineer was like, yeah, come on. And he just like, that's how I really started recording, like at like 9. So I recorded my first song at 9, and then once I got to
Do you
like,
remember what it was called? Do you remember anything from that song?
I don't remember what it was called. I don't even remember the rhyme or whatever. It was something short and brief, whatever. But that was the first time that I literally like recorded. And then once I got to like middle school, like 6th, 7th grade, like my mom's like around that time we had the big ass the Dell computers. She bought me a big
Yeah.
ass Dell computer and like a $10 like wireless microphone, and I started recording on Audacity. I think that's what it's called. Audacity. I was recording like, and then I started recording on Audacity. I got the hang of recording like from home. Then I started fucking with Cool Edit Pro, Mixcraft and shit like that. And then I started learning about the Pro Tools and Logic or whatever. Cause like all of the projects written on Wise Corner 1 and 2, I recorded both of my albums at my crib.
Really?
I
You
record from my
engineering
crib.
them yourself?
Engineer, actually my brother Nichols, who's actually produced both of my albums alongside with Harlem's Own, he produced and engineered my albums, but I record everything from my crib and I just send
Wait,
it to
Harlem
him.
produced some of your project?
Oh yeah, he co-produced like the whole shit. Well, 1 and 2. It was him and my boy Nichols.
I didn't even know that, bro. Damn, I was gonna ask you because you have such a good ear for beats, bro. That's something I realized about you is your ear for beats is impeccable. I didn't even realize it was like that with
Yeah.
Harlem.
Oh yeah, and then being around like Benny all the time and being around West Side Gun and shit like that or whatever, you pick up on production pretty easy when you're around guys like that. So it's like you just have that. Like once you like around like the Griselda guys, I about to say it rubs off on you. It definitely rubs
Yeah.
off on you with the production.
Not to be like, what did your dad do anything in music or was he more just like a local guy?
Yeah, he was like more so like kind of like local rapper type shit or whatever. Like my pops was nice, but he wasn't really taking this shit serious. He wasn't trying to take it to the next level. He just knew that he was like, he was cool at what he did or whatever. And it was just
Yeah.
like he wasn't trying to pursue it as much.
My dad was a drummer, but he was more like a local drummer and shit. But
Yeah,
seeing him go out and try, not even try to chase it, but like go play gigs and go out and record and stuff, really like that's one of my biggest inspirations because I realized how to like take it to a different level because I was younger starting out.
absolutely. That's all of the foundation that we need. Cause like when you're around shit like that from a kid, it sticks with you. You feel me? So it's like which obviously it translates into what we're doing now. Is like kind of like once you're like I'm a firm believer that like once you got that interest of music, like it never leaves. Even when you quote unquote don't take it serious, it's always gonna be there.
Yeah. And you always think you created your own style, not like I mean like listening wise,
Mhm.
but it is so much based on what you grew up with. It
Hell
is
yeah.
crazy.
Hell yeah. You're a product of what you listening to. You're a product of what you listen to. Even when you try not to, it's just like you're gonna do it unknowingly.
Yeah. How does your dad feel about what you're doing now?
Oh, he be geek now, bro. He be geek. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm dropping albums and shit like that or whatever. I live in Atlanta now. He still live in Jersey. So, when motherfuckers come back to him, like, yo, the shit that your son is doing is fucking crazy. He just be hype. He be like, man, that shit's crazy.
That's pretty cool. Getting like deck on the project and shit. Like,
Yeah, bro. And I inspected deck when I got a Wu-Tang feature on my first album, bro. So that shit is like a milestone for me. I got inspected deck on my first album. Butch, of course. Shout out to my brother Butch for everything or whatever. And that's another thing too. Shout out to Butch and Harlem for really kind of like assembling like kind of like everything that I got going on now or whatever. And it's like like I felt like a basketball player, and I feel like Harlem and Benny is definitely my coaches, and they guided me in the right way. I feel like 2024 was a great year. In 2025, we even man, we about to do quadruple what the fuck we did this year.
that's it's cool how you shout them both out like even in your music. It's cool how many times you mention Harlem and Benny.
Hell yeah, cause you like pay homage, and you never forget the ones that turned the lights on for you. I was saying just like motherfuckers that really paved the way or whatever. You never forget. You gotta show that appreciation, not just behind closed doors, but you gotta tell everybody.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that because like as we were saying before, like when we started, there's so many things you don't know once you start. But I think something that you can preach more is that it does take like a team to do it. Because I think a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
people think it's just like you, or you know what I mean, or just like, but it's really not. You need people to believe in you.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. As far as like any artist that's watching this shit is like, it sounds cool to do it by yourself. I've tried to previously in the past. You're gonna drive yourself fucking crazy trying to do this shit by yourself, bro. It's like be the artist, and you don't even have to have like a big ass team of like 50 people, bro. Even if it's a solid three, let those three really, like cover all aspects that you need to run. Cause like I said, like two hands is better than one, bro. Two heads is better than one. You feel me? So it's like you like if you got a team that can handle the business and the marketing and all that shit or whatever, while you solely focus on producing your craft, do that. And I
It's
feel like
like it's like cosigns in a weird way where like no one cosign is gonna make your career, but it's something to show you that like you are on the right path. That someone that likes you, that you like is like, yeah, you're doing the right thing is really what an artist needs at least
yeah, it's
once.
that motivation to keep you going to know that you're on the right track. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like one post. I don't care if the person got like a million followers. One post isn't gonna change your life, but it lets you know it's like okay, if he can fuck with it, then I know it's gonna be a million other people that hear this shit that can fuck with it. So it's the motivation to keep you going, but you also gotta stay consistent, and you also gotta stay hungry. You also gotta stay hungry. You can't just think kind of like once you get the deal, you got the album out, it's like all right, it's time to chill, kick my feet up. It's like nah, you gotta stay in that fucking studio every day. You gotta perfect your artistry.
Yeah, like I was watching your on the radar shit and you were saying it's a cool story about how you met Benny and
Oh,
how he just pulled up on you. That's a cool story, but also like it shows you just dropped your first album with him. It took a little time. Like you had to
hell
be.
yeah. Me and Butch, we've been friends since 2017. And I dropped my first album in 2024. I didn't sign to him until 2023. You feel me? So we was cool. We had a relationship, and like we had a bond. Like that was my brother for about like 6, 7 years before I even signed. You feel me? So it's just like everything happens on God's time, but when it does happen, it happens.
What was that freestyle that you dropped that he first saw?
It was a song off one of my projects called Park Avenue. I had a song on there called Park Avenue. I dropped it. I dropped that album in 2017, and I dropped a clip of the video on Instagram. And somehow Benny came across it. He followed me, and I follow him back. Now this is like early Griselda days. Tainer Talk 3 wasn't out. Benny wasn't signed yet. Westside wasn't signed yet. Like none of that was out. So this is like early in the career. But he had a song, he had that feature Shower Shoe Lords on the Fly Guy tape. That was out, and he had a song called Rick Out. So I was listening to his shit. I'm like, oh nah, he's fucking nice. And that's when we just kind of like clicked on some music shit. And one time that he was in Jersey, he was like, yo, I'm gonna pull up on you or whatever. And he sent my address, and bro, he was outside my crib in like 15 minutes.
Given like a year later, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
literally, bro, that shit's crazy. So it's like imagine like me kind of like I'm knowing Benny just from that just being my boy, and I just know that he's fucking nice, and like we clicked up on like Instagram type shit, and then to see him drop Tainted Talk 3. He get the deal with fucking Rock Nation. Then he's fucking Benny the Butcher that got fucking songs with Pusha T. He's chilling at Ho's crib and all that shit. So I literally watched him build all of this shit from like day one. So it was like that's also something that gave me motivation as well too, because it's like I'm literally watching my mans do it. So I'm like, I know this shit is possible.
Did you think like did you suspect it was gonna happen that way? Like what were you thinking? What were you doing during that time?
During that time, I'm just dropping music. Like I'm just dropping music, just hoping something sticks. And what happens is, what happened was because he Benny after he got signed, he moved to Atlanta and all that shit. He moved to Atlanta probably years ago. I want to say I'm don't quote me, probably like around like 2018, 19. I just moved to Atlanta about 2 years ago in 2022. So, at this time, 2022, whatever, Benny just doing this thing or whatever. So I hit him up on Instagram. I'm like, yo, bro, I just moved out here. And he's at dinner one time. He was like, I'm at such and such or whatever. He's like, nigga, pop out. So I go link him just like regular shit because we always like cool. Like whenever he had free time, like he always told me to pull up, kick it, and all that shit. And he was asking me, he was like, okay, you out here or whatever, what you doing with the music? At this point, nigga, I'm still recording, but I'm not dropping anything. I'm just like, I'm just trying to like get my shit together. I don't got no team, I don't got no manager, I don't really got nothing going on. So he was just like, yo,
Why'd
bro,
you move out there?
Atlanta. I just wanted to change. I wanted like Jersey's home, but I felt like I did everything that I could possibly do in New Jersey, and I just felt like, I need like a new environment. And I just
Was it because in a weird way did you think, oh, like were you moving out there to be closer to Benny and like was that in your mind or was it just
Nah,
random?
actually, I moved out here because like my grandmother lived out here, and also like kind of like I wanted to move somewhere that was more kind of like music popular than Jersey. So it was either like a city like Atlanta or LA. Didn't want to go out to LA because I'm just like, I don't know, something about LA. And I'm like, it's cool, but I couldn't see myself living there. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well move to Atlanta. Plus I got family out there already or whatever. And one day, I'm out there for like a couple of months. And then I noticed I'm like, oh shit, I forgot bro's out here or whatever. So let me hit him up. And then once we chilled that day, he introduced me to Harlem. Like I've been to Benny, but I didn't meet Harlem until I moved out to Atlanta. And after I met Harlem when I was chopping it up with Benny. Harlem had DM me and he was asking me or whatever. He was like, "Yo, bro." He went through my Instagram pages, and I had mad fucking freestyles on my Instagram pages or whatever. So I see Harlem starts liking all my freestyles. Then he DMs me. He was like, "Yo, bro, you got a manager?" I'm like, "Nah." He was like, "Are you signed to anybody?" I'm like, "Nah." And then literally ever since then, I've been chilling with fucking Harlem every day. I'm start chilling with Benny now every day because like now we live in the same city, so I can maneuver around with him a little bit more and shit like that. And then from there, that's I've been here ever since.
That's hard. That's dope.
No
That's
worries,
like
going on,
that's
bro.
like I feel like fate might have it's like fate, you know what I
Hell yeah,
mean?
bro. It's crazy because because it happened naturally. It wasn't forced, nothing or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that like Benny reached out to sign me and then I moved from Jersey because of that. Nah, bro. I just moved to Atlanta like just because I started chilling with Benny and Harlem every day from there and it just happened naturally. So shit like that is just like it was God's plan. Like it was bound to happen.
And that's really dope that Harlem like was like, nah, let me let me bring it like let me really push this.
Because I think Harlem had hit Benny, hey, he was talking to Benny. He was like, yo, bro. He was like, how long you know Sule? He was like, saying, for a few years, for like 2017. He was like, yeah, now we gotta do something with him, bro. It was like, yo, the nigga's nice. He's definitely nice. So I started, going to different shows with him. I like in studio sessions or whatever. This is around the time where Benny's kind of like prepping up for everybody can't go. So I'm in the studio with him, just learning new shit, how to really construct that album. He got shows out of state. They're flying me out to shows. I'm starting to link with people that I ain't never linked with. Like fucking, he's chilling with J. Cole, whatever. I met J. Cole for the first time. I never met West Side Gun. I met West Side Gun through studio sessions with him and me and Gunn end up getting cool or whatever. And it's just like now it's just like, okay, before people used to see me like sometimes, but now it's just like, okay, he's popping up like every day. So I feel like that's when shit really started orchestrating, right?
How was meeting J. Cole?
Jacob Dasher, yo, he's so fucking cool, bro. He's cool. Like I ain't he be walking around like he's not even cold sometimes, bro. It's just like chill. At the Dreamville Writers Camp, it was probably like last year in October. I was just chilling at the crib and Benny called me. He was like, "Yo, bro, Cole told me to pop out to the studio. Come with me." And I was like, "All right, cool." We walk in. It's Cole. It's one of his managers. I think Abraham IB is his name. And I dap him up. Everything's cool. Chilling. Now remind you, it's like a big ass studio. It's a big ass like studio warehouse with like 9 different rooms. Me and Benny, we go to record like 2 songs in the other room. I'm recording.
Did you guys record songs for the Dreamville project?
We recorded a couple of joints. We recorded like 2 joints in there. We recorded like 2 joints. So as I'm recording, Cole pops in the room and I'm rapping or whatever. And he's looking. He was like, "That's you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he gives me a dap. He was like, "Nah, you got it. You just dip out." That shit was cold. So shit like that. It's just like yo, bro. It's just shit like that happened that I couldn't even imagine a couple of years ago it happening. So it's like, you feel me? It's just it's dope. It's dope to see all of this shit like coming around. You know.
Whatever happened to those songs?
Bro, I don't know. I'll be recording so much shit, and I don't even know where it's at. Sometimes I just be gone.
Yeah, I know, but to be at the Dreamville camp, because those are like
I
a
know
legendary
somebody in the
session.
Dreamville camp got it, but you already know. I'm pretty sure like that's probably like for projects. So not everybody's able to have access to the files and
Yeah.
shit like that. But I know
I just had Jace on the
somebody in the
podcast.
team got it. Somebody in the team got it.
I know you should be like, I just want to hear. I know you
Yeah,
probably
nah,
want
me
to
and
hear
Butch.
it.
Yeah, nah, what? Me and Butch, we did like 2 joints in there, torched them shits too.
Was anyone else on it, or was it just y'all?
Nah, just me and Butch. It was just me and
Damn.
Butch. I don't know
Who
who added
produced
the
it? You
verse
know who
onto it
produced the
after. Probably
beats?
somebody from Dreamville probably added a verse onto it after I left. But
Yeah.
me and Butch, we went in and recorded 2 joints and then we dipped out.
Did you know who produced the beats?
Beats, I don't know. It was literally a big ass warehouse, mad different studio rooms and mad different producers cooking. I didn't even know.
Nah, it's
I walked in,
mad.
bro. I walked in and I didn't even know the producers' names. I just knew the beat was hot, and I was like, "I'm on it." Yeah, I'm on it.
It's mad funny you bring that up because I just had Jace from 2 9 on the podcast like 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about how he got his verse on Costa Rica and how there were literally like 40 dudes who recorded verses on that shit.
Yo, that's
And
how
he
it
was
is, bro.
telling all of
It's so fucking fast paced. It's mad people because like the day that I went, is I'm in there. West Side Gun is in there. Benny's in there.
wait,
Glorilla's in
guns
there.
at the Dreamville shit.
Yeah, we all at the Dreamville shit. JID is in there, of course. He's Dreamville. Glorilla's in there. 42 Doug is in there. It's just mad shit going on. It's mad people in there. So it's like it's mad people just cooking.
And you're like, I'm glad I moved to Atlanta.
Yo, bro, the best possible decision I could have ever made, bro. I promise you.
That's crazy. But being in those rooms, you're like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to
All
be.
right. And this happened. This is like before my album's even out. Written on Wise Corner's not even out at this point. I'm just still like in prep mode. I'm just cooking. I'm perfecting my craft. I'm making sure that everything is right or whatever. So I don't even got a project out. I'm just learning shit.
How many projects do you think you recorded between 2017 and 2024? Or how many tracks?
I want to say since 2017. I want to say like 7.
7 projects?
Yeah.
Are they ever going to see the light of the day, or are those just kind of like, do you see that as like practice
I
to
got
where
like
you're
2
at
of my
now?
previous projects on streaming. Then I got written on Wide's Corner 1 and 2, so that's 4. The other 3 is just like in the archives. I might probably put them shits out like when the time is right, but I ain't really like. That's kind of like previous work, like from like prior to me signing, and just like me bettering myself. And I feel like within the past 2 years, I've grown and I've became so much better. But of course, I still got that shit in the tuck. I'll definitely probably like release some shit, but
When do you think you found your voice?
I want to say, I think I found my voice probably like once I got like professional, like probably like 20, like 25. Like I always was nice or whatever, but I feel like once I started really going through,
Did you say 2025?
no. I said, well, once I hit like 25, because that's when I really
Oh! I
started
was
going through.
about to be like, you're
I feel
living
like,
in the future.
nah, I feel like because I was always nice, but I feel like once I hit like 24, 25, I started going through real like adult shit, like like fucking like you losing friendships, people start passing away in your life or whatever, like you really got grown men bills and shit or whatever. So it's just like my story is a little bit different because now I'm really like that's when the adulting shit starts to hit, so you got more shit to talk about. So I feel like my
Yeah.
voice started happening once my life really got more serious.
Was there like a turn? Was there like one shit that like you remember, or was it
Hell
just
yeah, I
kind of?
remember like when I was like when I hit probably like 22. Me and my mom, like we lost our crib or whatever. Like we was homeless for like a good like 2 3 years or whatever. I had to go back sleeping on couches. I'm bouncing around from like some of my best friends' crib, family members' cribs and all that shit. But around that time, that's when I started making the best music because I really got shit to talk about now, and I'm writing relentlessly. Like I ain't got shit to lose. You feel me? So it's like when shit like that, it's like a gift and a curse. It's kind of like you learn more about yourself and you become more like vocal about what you like going through.
Damn. Do you ever go back to those times like mentally
Hell yeah, all the
and then
time.
think about like when you're in the room, when you're in that Dreamville room with all those people, do you go back to that time? Does that seem like does that seem real to you? Does that
Hell yeah,
seem like
hell yeah. You know what? Like when I'm in these rooms, I think back to the time, like, cause like when I moved to Atlanta from Jersey, it was on some real like subtle shit. Like I probably told my mom's like probably like a good like month before I left. I'm like, yo, mom, I'm about to move to Atlanta. Like it's over. And then she was like, what? You moving where? I'm like, I'm out. I can't do this shit no more. I'm dipping. And I literally packed up, bro. I'll never forget, bro. I had a motherfucking Nissan Sentra. I packed up all my clothes in a Nissan Sentra. I packed up my MacBook, my microphone, and my Focusrite with all my clothes. I found a fucking apartment in Atlanta. I drove 14 hours from motherfucking New Jersey to Atlanta. And I think about that car ride all the time because that shit is so weird. Like I ain't never lived like on my own before I moved to Atlanta. So it's like the first time I'm living on my own, I'm moving away from all of my family and my friends. But I'm on a mission where it's like this shit gotta work. Like it's no if, ands, buts. Like this shit has to work. So anytime I'm in these rooms, I think about that long ass fucking car ride when I drove down to Atlanta. I'm like, this shit gotta work. This shit is going to work. So now it's like, when I'm in these rooms, when I'm in the rooms with the Glorrillas, the 42 Dougs, the J. Cole's, I'm like, that car work, that car ride worked. That shit like it worked.
yeah. What was the what made you move? Like what was the change that you're like, nah, it's happening.
I want to say, bro, I'm a very impulsive person. I got bored. You know, when you're born and raised somewhere and that's all you know, like when you're born and
Hmm.
raised somewhere, I feel like I done did everything. I done went to every fucking club out here. I done collaborated with everybody out here. I done did everything that I needed to do here. So I was just like, I need a change. It's either you change or you're gonna be one of them people that was just, that like that's just that stays where you're from, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like that's a comfort zone for me. I don't like I don't like to produce under a comfort zone. I like spontaneous shit. So I was just like,
Yeah.
it's either be comfortable here or grow somewhere else. And I felt like I just had to go.
Were you ever a video game guy?
Nah, not really.
All right, this is a weird analogy, but there's a reason I bring it up. Because, like, I used to play video games and I used to like to play them on easy just to get through the story. And
Mm-hmm.
I never understood why people played on hard. Like, growing up, I was like, why the fuck would you
Yeah,
make
because it's
shit
like you making your
more?
life difficult.
Why you make that shit more difficult? But then it's the fulfillment afterwards. And I think older I get with life and like gambling with life situations and stuff, I realize that the more difficult things you do, the payoff is greater. Taking
Hell
those
yeah.
risks,
There ain't nothing
taking
wrong
those
with
gambles.
hell yeah, because there ain't nothing wrong with playing it safe, but playing it safe is like it could cost you after a while. It's just like you're gonna get bored. Playing it safe, you're gonna get fucking bored, bro. You're gonna get bored. And
Yeah.
one, nobody likes a boring life. So it's just like, okay, you done did everything. That's like you playing a video game on fucking easy and you done beat every mission. You gonna keep playing the same game and beating every mission again? Or you
Yeah.
gonna turn this shit up a notch and really like, you know what I mean?
What was like peak Jersey? Like what did you when you hadn't left Jersey yet, what was like what did you think the peak of your career was?
I feel like around that time, I'm dropping mad like freestyles and all that shit or whatever. I'm going viral. I probably had like 2 or 3 freestyles that's going viral and all that shit or whatever. And I'm like performing at like local clubs. Everybody knows who I am, whatever. I'm a real popular person in Jersey, whatever. So everybody knows who I am. So it's just like locally, everybody fucking knows me. So it's like I'm famous locally, but I'm like that shit wasn't enough for me. I'm like, it's I felt like it was a world bigger than New Jersey, and I'm like, I already knew I had it like in Jersey, and I'm like, okay, I know I got it here, but if I go somewhere and I could really make a situation elsewhere, then I know for real I got it. I just like to push my limits sometimes. And I'm like, you know what, let me move somewhere that I've never been before, that I wasn't born and raised from, and let me see what happened. And this whole shit just happened.
How long after you moving there did you and Butch connect?
I moved to Atlanta August 2022. I got signed in December 2022. So I got signed 4 months.
Wow.
I got signed 4 months after moving to Atlanta.
Wow, that's crazy.
I got signed 4 months within moving to Atlanta. And that goes to show I've been trying to like make shit happen, like enjoy like, and that what I'm saying, it literally proves my point to me. When I'm like, I was born and raised in New Jersey, did damn near everything musically in New Jersey. And I feel like I wasn't really like I wasn't getting like the push that I needed. And as soon as I leave my comfort zone and I leave after 4 months or whatever, I got a deal already. So it's just like, you feel me? I feel like sometimes it takes for you to leave your comfort zone to really get to where you need to go.
Well, also like when you start somewhere, people remember you, like remember every like
That's the
level that you've gone through. They don't see you as you are in
yeah,
the
you feel
moment.
me? Like nobody, like people in Jersey, they're not gonna look at you like, oh shit, you Sule from BSF. Nah, nigga, you Sule that I used to go to middle school with and high school with.
Mhm.
Shit, you feel me? I remember Sule seeing him here and here and here. So it's just like, yeah, it's like, people get used to you because you feel me? It's just like, yeah, you Sue. I remember you all my life. And I feel like, sometimes people get real comfortable with that shit. And sometimes you gotta do.
That shit sucks, but I think people do need to know that shit's gonna happen. Like it's mad funny when I've been doing comedy for 8 years, 9 years, you know what I mean? And then this podcast just happened to be something that people really enjoyed. But when I go back to do the comedy shows in Boston, it's still Sam at the open mics. It's still, you know what I
Especially you're from
mean?
Boston.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
I'm
went to
from
Boston.
outside of Boston, but
I went to Boston for the first time. Actually, what was it, November? Hell yeah. Butch had a writing camp out there with a whole BSF. It was like me, Butch, Camino, Harlem, Rick High. We all was out there, and that was Boston is cool as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. And I got some good ass Dominican food while I was out there. That shit was
oh,
dope.
bro, Boston has great Dominican food.
I got some good ass food when I was in Boston. Boston's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm
Fuck
guessing
with
you
it.
were hanging with Days too.
Yes, last days. That's my
Yeah.
guy. That's
Shout
my
out
guy.
Last
Hell yeah.
Days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He pointed us out to like all of the food spots, all of the clubs. Hell yeah. That's my
Yeah.
guy.
What were you doing in Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico. It was my girl's son's birthday or whatever. I was just out there, whatever. We celebrated his ninth birthday. That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
That shit's cool. I've
Uh,
always wanted to go.
Puerto Rico? Nah, bro, you gotta go. I ain't even gonna lie. You gonna have fun.
Was that
But
your first time?
that was my first time. Hell yeah, that was my first time in Puerto Rico. It was fucking 85 degrees. I landed back in Atlanta on Sunday. It was raining and 30 degrees, bro. I'm tight. I'm
Bro,
fucking
when
tight.
I went to Atlanta for the gun shit, it was hella cold. I thought it was
I
gonna
was
be
mad as hell.
like,
Yo, I left the day of the gun show, bro. It's funny because Harlem had hit me. He was like, yo, he said we're gonna go to the Hills Have Eyes shit. I was like, fuck. I said, damn, that's the day that I leave to Puerto Rico. Cause I went to the I performed actually at the one in Philly. Gun had Butch had performed that he brought me out on his set in Philly. I missed the Chicago one. I was mad as fuck. And then when I seen that the Hills Have Eyes shit in Atlanta was the day that I left for Puerto Rico. I was like, fuck, I ain't even have to travel for that one. I live right here. I was like, fuck. And then I seen that you was there. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I said, watch, I'm gonna catch up with bro soon.
I know, bro. It was dope as hell seeing like
I
the
know, bro. I
Hardy
seen mad
Brothers
videos. That
wrestle,
shit looked
bro.
fire.
Like
I wonder where the next location one is going to be. That's what I want.
I'll tell you, I think I might know.
Yeah, I about to say you got to DM me. You got to DM me
Yeah,
the location. You got to DM me
yeah.
the location.
I don't want to say it
I'm
on
about, no,
camera
no,
and then
I already know you don't want to say it right now. I'm gonna
and then get
pull
mad.
Butcher right after this. I'm like, yo,
But
where the
let's
nigga
just say
at, bro?
maybe I
Like,
don't have to travel that far.
okay, you said okay. So it's not gonna be a long play.
Well, bro, I had a show the day before in Boston, my own show, and the venue flooded.
Oh
And so
shit.
they had to cancel it. It was the roast. Like a bunch of people were gonna come and roast me and shit. It was like a big thing that we had been planning for months, and the place got flooded. So I was like, I can't miss the roast and the Heels Have Eyes shit. So I bought a last minute ticket to
I ain't even
Atlanta.
gonna lie, but shit like that, I'm pretty sure it was so fucking fun, bro. It was
Bro,
so
seeing like Onyx perform, or just bro being like front row smoking a joint watching wrestling, like.
bro, shit like that is cool, bro. It's like events like that. It's just like you'll never forget it. Like last week, we was just at Art Basel for Guns art show. That shit was so dope, bro. And that was the first time. That was the second time I actually been in Miami. Second time I've been in Miami, but I never been to Art Basel. So like that was the first time I actually was at Art Basel, and it was so dope, bro. It was so dope. So many cool ass artists. Me, Butch, Westside Gun, Mayhem Loren. We all went to this fucking prime Italian spot called Prime. We got some good ass Italian food out there.
Oh, you're with Mayhem. You know you're eating good.
But he's the one that recommended the spot. We
I
went
knew, I knew it, bro.
after Gun Basil, everybody was hungry or whatever. And Westside said, yo, Mayhem Loren said, it's the spot called Prime. They got the best chicken parmesan or whatever. We was like, all right, bro. We went out there. I ain't even gonna lie, we probably spent like fucking 5,000 on the fucking bill. That shit was crazy.
Did you
We
get
got
the
all
chicken
types.
parm?
We went there, got all types of shit, bro. All spicy rigatoni, chicken parmesan, fucking calamari, wagyu, all types of crazy shit there. I ain't even gonna lie, that shit was so good.
Going crazy
All in
on that.
all, Art Basel, that shit was fucking dope.
Who was the first of the three you heard musically? You said Gun?
And Griselda,
Yeah.
the first person that no, the first person that I heard of in Griselda, it was Conway. It was Conway. I heard Conway's. I heard Conway first. It was a freestyle, and I was like, "Oh, he's fucking nice." And then the first song that I heard, I'll never forget. I forgot the name of it, but it was Conway, Westside Gun, and it was Rock Marciano. I forgot what's the name of the song. But what you call it? That's the first
Oh,
Griselda
off of
song that I
Fly
heard.
God?
Not, I'm not. It wasn't on Fly God. It wasn't on Fly God. I think it was like on one of the collab tapes that West Side and Conway had. That
Mm-hmm.
was like so. I was from it. I heard Conway first,
Did you
then I
know
heard
Rock
West
at that
Side.
point?
Huh?
You knew Rock? Had you heard Rock's
Yeah, yeah,
music?
yeah. I heard.
Or-
Yeah, yeah. I heard a Rock at that point. I heard a Rock at that point. Um, I heard of Conway first, then I heard West Side second, then I listened to Fly Guy because I was listening to West Side Guns catalog, and then I found Benny on the Shower Shoe Lords, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I was like, "He was black and like Conway was nice, West Side was nice, but it was something when I heard that Shower Shoes verse from Benny, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then I typed in his name in YouTube, and he had a song called Rick on there. Rick was actually a song that was on Tainer Talk 3, but that was like a single at first. And then once I heard Rick, I followed bro on Instagram. I said, nah, he's fucking nice. I just knew it. From the first time I heard Butch, I was like, nah, he's different. He's different.
Well, y'all sonically are, I wouldn't even say similar because I don't think you guys rap similar, but sonically you sound good together and it makes sense. Like, especially hearing you rap over like the Harlem beats and stuff, like the more Griselda style or the Benny style beats. They're not even, they're more Benny style, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, but me and
But they're
Butch,
like more old school, which I fuck with.
yeah, nah, definitely, definitely, bro. Because that's the shit that we like. That's the type of shit that we grew up on. I grew up listening to like Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss, and shit like that. So it was just like it wasn't too out of my comfort zone or whatever because it's like that's the shit that I'm like that's the shit that I'm used to. And just being in the studio with somebody like Butch, bro, it's just like you grow to be a better artist every time or whatever. I've in the process of watching him like putting together his projects like fucking Everybody Can't Go, Summertime Butch, Stabbed and Shot Too, shit like that. That shit is dope.
Stabbed and Shot 2, incredible project.
Bro, that shit was
That's like
yo,
that's what I listen to really. That and Still Praying right now. And
yeah,
your
bro.
and your shit, honestly.
I appreciate you, bro. But hell yeah, I ain't even gonna lie for like 2024. Nah, what, bro? Bro had a year. He put out Everybody Can't Go, Summertime Butch, Stabbed and Shot Too. I say he's going. He's definitely going. And still popping out with features and popping out on everybody else's albums as well too. He had a good year.
What do you think are
Him
like the top?
and Special Smoke Stabbed and Shot Too like a motherfucker.
Bro, Spesh is crazy.
Bro.
Spesh is like on
As a
another
writer,
level.
when you like, I know somebody's nice when I be hearing certain shit. I be like, how the fuck didn't I think of that one? I was like, yo, how the fuck didn't I? Especially saying certain shit, I'll be like, yo, how didn't I think about that one yet? That's crazy. I was like, yo, especially
Yeah, it's like
like,
a good comedian. It's like a joke I wish I thought
that's the
of
thing too.
first.
That's the thing too. He
Yeah.
has comic in his fucking lyrics as well too. So it's like he drops gems. He got the
Yeah.
punchlines. He has the charisma for it. I'm like, yo, Special's fucking nice.
Your bag lighter than my half-white son. Yo, he's so bro, Special's crazy. What are like the top things that Benny has or that you've learned from Benny, like you said, recording in the studio and stuff?
um, really, honestly, it sounds mad generic, but fucking consistency. Like Benny, it's safe to say that his name is a staple in his hip hop shit, and he's still in the studio every fucking day. So I look at situation like that. I'm like, if bro is in the studio every day and he has this much success, it's no reason why I shouldn't be in the studio every day.
I fuck with that heavy hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you guys to, you guys to. I'm looking
I
at,
don't get why
I'm
people
like,
don't work harder than the people that like
you
are
have
like
to. I'm
if
like,
you
bro,
want to
this,
pass someone that's quote unquote above you, you have to work harder than them. You're not gonna work like working less hard than them isn't going to get you to
yeah,
that
man, you
level.
gotta stay on that shit every day, bro. You gotta stay in that studio. You gotta perfect your craft every day, every day, every day. Because like, who was to say like one, I produce at a good at a good pace or whatever. Because like out of like, who's to say you might record 30 songs, but out of the 30 songs, you might probably use probably only 10 of them bitches. 20 is gonna probably like sit in a cut that nobody ever gonna hear. So you gotta keep producing at a match because like we don't drop everything that we make. So it's just all about, perfecting that craft and just testing out creativity. And also those that have heard my music or whatever, like I'm pretty sure everybody can tell like I'm big on like storytelling and conceptual songs, like songs that I did like Jody, I Made You Wealthy, Crash Out Story, or whatever. Cause like I'm a big like Big L fan or whatever, Big L, Nas, they were like the big storytellers in hip hop, and I kind of like grew up like listening to shit like that. So I just like to, and it kind of like pushes your imagination at the same time.
Yeah, how do you get into the how do you find your creative space to be able to write like stories or write tracks? Like
Honestly, bro, it's just like I'm a big ass movie person. Like I love fucking like cinema and films. So it's like I can
me
make.
too, bro.
Like, I love
Me
it.
too.
So I'll get like literally, I'll just kind of like make a script out in my head, and somehow I just got to make it rhyme. So it's like, and I want to make it rhyme. So it's like, even if I don't have a video for it, you can listen to the song and you can visualize it. It got to be like that. That's why I got songs like I Made You Wealthy and Jody, you can hear it. I don't have no video. Well, no, I have a video to I Made You Wealthy, but I don't have a video to shit like Crash Out Story and Jody. But if you hear it as the script goes along and you're listening to it, it's just like, yo, this shit is like a movie, just making it rhyme.
What are your movies that you like? What genres?
Genre, I like mafia shit, bro. I like mafia shit. I like good for like, my pops is a big ass mafioso kind of guy. So I was a kid fucking watching shit like Goodfellas and fucking Casino and shit and fucking City of God and Heat and shit like that, bro. So it's like I'm a big mafioso kind of guy.
Do you like any like new movies or not really?
New movies, I haven't found any new movies that I genuinely like. I like new shows, like shows and shit like that. Like fuck with the Snowfalls, of course, the Powers. I just finished the show called Reasonable Doubt. That shit was dope. People keep telling me I gotta tap into like some new shit called Cross. I gotta look at that shit. And they said it's a new show that I've been hearing about called Penguin. I heard it's fire though. I never watched
Oh,
it.
it's like a Batman show or something.
Yeah, Penguin. I think so. A penguin. I don't know if it's like Batman. They saying it's like the Sopranos though. I'm like, well, I'm not sure. I gotta check. I
They
gotta check.
said it's part of the Batman world. I haven't seen it, but Batman's not in it, I don't think.
Okay. I gotta tap in with that shit. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know it's a good show. I haven't
Because
seen
I'm not a big
it.
superhero fan.
Nah, like I was more into like The Wire and shit. Like I was more into like The Wire. Fucking
Are you a nerd about anything?
a nerd.
Yeah, like do you nerd out
Oh,
about anything?
other than music. Nah, I feel like I'm a music nerd. That's like really what
What do
I'm.
you nerd out with in music?
Oh,
Like
music.
like who do you nerd out about?
Who do I nerd out about? I think
Yeah.
I could genuinely say whatever. I nerd about Hove. Hove is just like, you can't tell me shit about Hove. Hove is just like, bro, it's like, I'll
You
bro,
can't tell me shit about Hope.
can't tell me shit about Hove, bro. Can't tell me shit about Hove.
You're
But
just
I just
not
got
going on
mad,
the news right now. You're like, fuck this
bro. I'm like,
shit.
I'm not trying to hear all that shit right now, bro.
I don't like. I mean, it's funny because I'm a podcaster, but like, I don't like fucking clickbaity news shit or like
Yeah,
any.
this
It's like,
shit is crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. 2024 is definitely a crazy ass year with fucking music and headlines and shit like that. I'm like, man, this is accurate. That's why I fucking stay look. So I stay in the fucking house. I stay in the house. Look, you can't. It's too much shit going on right now. Whatever. I like to go to the studio, do my business, come back to the crib, chill, man. I'm an easygoing person.
you still record it? You record in the studio or you still record at home?
I record both. Like mainly like my projects, I record home, but of course, damn near like 3, 4 times out the week or whatever. Butch would be in the studio, and I go to the studio with Butch or whatever, and we cook up mad shit at the studio as well too. But I feel like I create my most monumental shit at the crib because it's very like it's very spirit of the moment. You feel me? You know, with the studio, we got a time. We go in there for like 3, 4 hours. At the crib, it could be like 2 or 3 in the fucking morning, and I get inspired. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta record that shit. So it's like I create the craziest shit at the crib.
Yeah. I hate that when you're laying in bed and you have a good idea and you're like, will I remember this in the morning? And then you
Yeah,
never
that's
remember
why
it.
like the
You
iPhone
never
notes.
remember that shit in the
Gotta
morning,
stay in those
bro.
notes, bro. That's why I write down everything. I write down fucking everything, like literally everything. Like especially like when I'm out and about, whatever. Because like me, I think about like punchlines and lines like at the most random time. I could be walking up the street, I could be doing something, and I'd be like, hold on, let me write this shit down before I forget.
What do you have coming in 2025?
2025. I'm working on his next project. You know, Written on Wide's Corner 1 and 2 is out. We working on a new album as well as the BSF compilation or whatever. So the BSF compilation we working on, and I'm working on my third album under BSF or whatever. And bro, Butch got mad other shit coming as well too. He working on albums, so it's like we in the studio working on his shit as well. So it was like we both working on albums and also the BSF compilation, and then eventually we're gonna go on tour within the next. Definitely going on tour in 2025. The actual month I'm unsure of yet, but we got to gear up for that as well.
Like a BSF tour, or like a Butch tour?
BSF.
Oh, sick. When
Yeah.
is that when the compilation's coming?
That I can't even say, bro. I can't even. I'm unsure. I'm unsure,
You're
bro.
like, I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to. I don't want to put dates on anything. I don't want to put dates on
Yeah.
anything. But we definitely working on that
I'm
compilation.
guessing you can't say who's on the project either.
We definitely working on that compilation tape, and I'm working on this new album though. Definitely
You got any features on the new album?
on
On
the new
yours?
album. Nah, not really. I ain't even start cooking that shit up yet. Honestly, literally we gathering up everything or whatever. As far as like, if you're asking me who I would want on there, I got mad people. I definitely want to make shit with. I need Gun on some shit. I would definitely want Gun on some shit, mandatory, because I haven't cooked up with Gun yet. So that should be dope.
And Gun's so like,
He's cool as fuck, bro.
bro, he is. I mean,
He's like,
honestly,
yo, I don't like Gunna is the coolest person I ever fucking met, bro. He's mad cool. And
so nice,
he's
bro.
hilarious to a sense of humor. Is fucking hilarious.
That's why hella people thought that clip of him like getting mad at me on the live stream was like serious, but it's like, bro, no, like he just has a fucking goofy ass sense of
Bro,
humor.
he just has he got that
He
sense of
posted that
humor.
video of me and my mom and grandma today on.
Yeah, bro, that shit is the
Nana got the official Gun cosign.
absolutely.
And he never like, I mean, he's done my podcast, so he's shown me so much love, but like he never like posted any clips of that. But it's funny, like he posted Nana, like Nana got the Gun co-signed before
Yeah.
fucking. Nana's like a little celebrity though.
Yo, I see mad. I be seeing mad shit, bro. I be seeing mad. I ain't even gonna lie. Like the videos with you and your grandma is the best content. The best content ever, bro. That shit is hilarious.
Stove God was the first one I did. I heard Stove God. I was like,
Ooh,
this
I ain't
shit's
even
so
like
poetic. You know what I mean?
Stove is another person I want to collab
Bro,
with.
you and Stove would have to have like a bar off. Like,
Man, I haven't collabed with Gun yet. I haven't collabed with Stove yet. I would definitely want to collab with Boldy too, with Bojack, definitely.
how
I
about
met Bojack.
Khan?
You know, me and Bojack, we was on tour together. We was on tour together back in April and May on the Everybody Can't Go tour. Shout out to Bojack. Boldy's cool as fuck. I
Bro,
haven't
so is
seen
this. I
him.
love Lil Bojack. He's one of the funniest motherfuckers
Yo,
I've ever met in my entire. Truly one of the
bro,
funniest.
he was on
People
tour.
I've ever-
He was on tour with us too. You know what? Chaotic as fuck. Bojack is fucking crazy, bro. That's my guy for real.
He was roasting the fuck out of me when he met me, bro. Like right off the bat, like just fucking everything
Yo,
about me just roasted. I was like, bro,
that's my guy,
yo,
man.
he's wild.
I met him on
You and
tour, and I
Khan would
was
go
like,
crazy too.
you said what? Who?
You and Khan would go crazy.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta get some shit with Khan. Rome too. I fuck with Rome.
Cause you got like, I feel like you could go bar for bar with a lot of people. Like
Hell yeah,
you're a
bro.
great writer. Like,
Oh yeah, and still sharp and still. So I feel like when I'm on like records with these guys or whatever, that shit is just like
yeah.
inevitable. Like
When you do songs with Butch, do you record first or does he record first?
so on Made for It, on the first Written All Eyes corner, my shit was already done, and Butch recorded his shit after.
Did you feel like you had to go back, or did you
On the
feel
Tracy,
like
whatever.
did you feel like you had to go back, or were you happy with what you had
Nah, I
laid
was
down?
cool. I was cool. I was cool. I was content. He went the fuck off, but I was definitely content. I was like, all right, cool. Now the second one on my second album, the Troy Sopranos one, he went first on that one, and I went after. So I was like, all right, yeah. So it's like as he's recording, I'm like, oh, bro. But it's funny, that's already expected. When I'm on songs with Butch, I already know what he's going in there to do. So as soon as I'm on songs with Benny, it's just automatically like I got violate because I already know he's about to spaz. I already know he's going.
Yeah.
So
You have to stand up to the challenge.
absolutely every fucking time, bro. Every time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for doing this, man. This is a dope ass podcast. I really appreciate your time.
Anytime, bro. I appreciate you and everything that you do for the culture, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. We definitely got to chop it. I missed you in Atlanta a couple of days ago.
I
So
know.
next
Maybe
time,
I'll see you at the next one. Maybe I'll
bro.
see
Oh
you
no,
at the
definitely,
next
definitely,
one.
definitely. Once we get that location, I'm definitely gonna see you there. I'm not missing the next one. I'm definitely not missing.
Word. And I'm gonna pop out on some of those dates for the tour. So
Oh yeah, bro. We out here. Oh yeah. I appreciate you, bro. Good luck.
of course, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,